Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to watch this Facebook whistleblower testimony and react live with you guys. I haven't seen this yet, so I'm going to be watching this for the first time with you guys right now. And definitely curious to see what she says about Facebook, because I do think that Facebook is way too powerful right now. And I think from what I've read online, I think social media in general is damaging to children, especially children, because their brains aren't as developed as adults are. So they can't handle the bombardment of, perfect bodies and skinny models and all the plastic surgery that's out there. I mean, that's just to get started. Facebook is obviously very responsible for creating the division in our country. For those of you who have Netflix, I don't have an account anymore, but there was a documentary on Netflix about big tech and how they use algorithms to basically radicalize everybody, right? So, hi everybody. What's up, Devon? What's up, Gianco? What's up, CG Des? Just doing a quick live stream of the Facebook whistleblower testimony before I head out for the day. So I'm just going to click play now, and let's see what she says. This is a 9-minute video, so we're going to watch this now together in real time. Here we go.
Afternoon, thank you, Burn Committee. Thank you for the opportunity to. I used to work Facebook. I joined Facebook's the potential to bring out, but I'm here today because I believe Facebook's products harm children and weaken our democracy. Company's leadership knows how to make Facebook and Instagram safer, but won't make the necessary changes because they have put their astronomical profits before people. Congressional action is needed. They won't solve this crisis without your help. Yesterday, we saw Facebook get taken off the internet. I don't know why it went down, but I know that for more than 5 hours, Facebook wasn't used to deepen divides, destabilize democracies, and make young girls and women feel bad about their bodies. It also means that millions of small businesses weren't able to reach potential customers, and countless photos of new babies weren't joyously celebrated by family and friends around the world. I believe in the potential of Facebook. We can have social media we enjoy that connects us without tearing apart our democracy, putting our children in danger, and sowing ethnic violence around the world. We can do better. I have worked as a product manager at large tech companies since 2006, including Google, Pinterest, Yelp, and Facebook. My job has largely focused on algorithmic products like Google Plus Search and recommendation systems like the one that powers the Facebook newsfeed. Having worked on 4 different types of social networks, I understand how complex and nuanced these problems are. However, the choices being made inside of Facebook are disastrous for our children, for our public safety, for our privacy, and for our democracy. And that is why we must demand Facebook make changes. During my time at Facebook, first working as the lead product manager for civic misinformation, and later on counter-espionage, I saw Facebook repeatedly encounter conflicts between its own profits and our safety. Facebook consistently resolved these conflicts in favor of its own profits. The result has been more division, more harm, more lies, more threats, and more combat. In some cases, this dangerous online talk has led to actual violence that harms and even kills people. This is not simply a matter of certain social media users being angry or about one side being radicalized against the other. It is about.
Yeah, I just want to pause this for a second. I mean, I think Mr. D is correct. If you guys go to her Twitter account, she literally has in her bio Facebook whistleblower. Part of me thinks that this is controlled opposition. I think the end result of this is going to be more government regulation of big tech, which, given the way things are going, is really bad. This is really bad. because as we know, big government is already controlled by the left. And so if we give more control to the left, to the government right now over big tech, they'll do an even better job of erasing conservative voices, quote unquote dissenters, anybody that speaks against the narrative. So this could be the game plan here, is to act like a whistleblower, but really this could just be controlled opposition to allow the federal government to further federalize big tech. And in this case, silence Trump supporters, silence people that are against critical race theory being taught in school, silence people that are for building the wall and strong borders. I mean, they really could just have so much more control than we've already given them, which is kind of scary to think about. And the other thing I want to say is last February, I got rid of all of my Facebook stock. Simply, well, the main reason was I was afraid that the economy was going to crash. I thought the stock market was going to crash. It didn't crash to the level I thought it would. As a matter of fact, Facebook, since I sold, has gone up another 50%, 50. So I left a lot of money on the table. But at this point, I don't support censorship. And Facebook and Instagram are the leaders of censorship right now. They are leading the industry in censorship. So even if I wanted to buy back into Facebook, I wouldn't, because I don't believe in their values anymore. I don't believe in their principles. I don't believe in the way that they think that they're the arbiters of truth. And I don't agree with their biased fact checkers. Candace Owens won a case against the fact checkers where she basically had them retract a fact check because they were wrong. So I wonder how many times they've been wrong. I'm going to guess 50-50 easily. All right, let's get back to the video.
Facebook choosing to grow at all costs, becoming an almost $1 trillion company by buying its profits with our safety. During my time at Facebook, I came to realize a devastating truth. Almost no one outside of Facebook knows what happens inside of Facebook. The company intentionally hides vital information from the public, from the US government, and from governments around the world. The documents I have provided to Congress prove that Facebook has repeatedly misled the public about what its own research reveals about the safety of children, the efficacy of its artificial intelligence systems, and its role in spreading divisive and extreme messages. I came forward because I believe that every human being deserves the dignity of the truth. The severity of this crisis demands that we break out of our previous regulatory frames. Facebook wants to trick you into thinking that privacy protections or changes to Section 230 alone will be sufficient. While important, these will not get to the core of the issue, which is that no one truly understands the destructive choices made by Facebook except Facebook. We can afford nothing less than full transparency. As long as Facebook is operating in the shadows, hiding its research from public scrutiny, it is unaccountable. Until the incentives change, Facebook will not change. Left alone, Facebook will continue to make choices that go against the common good, our common good. When we realized big tobacco was hiding the harms it caused, the government took action. When we figured out cars were safer with seatbelts, the government took action. And when our government learned that opioids were taking lives, the government took action. I implore you to do the same here. Today, Facebook shapes our perception of the world by choosing the information we see. Even those who don't use Facebook are impacted by the majority who do. A company with such frightening influence over so many people, over their deepest thoughts, feelings, and behavior, needs real oversight.
Yeah, I mean, I've been on Facebook since 2004. I've been on Facebook now for 17 years. That's crazy to think about, that they have 17 years of data on me. And basically every single person who's on it, right? If you think about the power of Facebook, right? I remember that before Facebook existed, the government was trying to set up some kind of platform. I think they called it like DARPA or something. And they really wanted as much information as possible on the citizens. But it's kind of hard to get people to volunteer that information, like willingly. Now with Facebook, if FBI or the police or whoever it is, if they want to just like figure out if you're a threat or not, they could literally just look at your Facebook account, find out where you've been, find out where you go, find out who you know, who your friends are, what your interests are, what content you watch. They could just build this insanely detailed profile on you, and they can get a good idea of who's been literally radicalized. I'm talking about actual domestic terrorists, or they could figure out who's been quote unquote radicalized, meaning Trump supporters. They could just figure out everything. They don't even need to like hire private detectives anymore. They used to have to hire private detectives to kind of follow you to see where you're going, who you're talking to. Now, if you have Facebook, they could just access your Facebook account, look at your social sphere, and be like, this person's a threat or this person's not a threat. So it's pretty scary and wild how much power and just data Facebook has on all of us that have used it. And then what's crazier is a lot of websites, third-party websites, when you sign in, you have to sign in through your Facebook. So now, not only are you giving data to Facebook when you're on Facebook, but you're giving them your data when you're even off of Facebook, when you're using apps, when you're on websites, when you have subscriptions. So Facebook basically has access to all of this data on you, which is quite scary, to be honest, if you really, really think about it. And as Mr. D said, if we turn over more censorship, it's going to be hurting the conservatives more so than the liberals. And that's just obvious. That's common sense. All right, let's go back into her opening statement.
But Facebook's closed design means it has no real oversight. Only Facebook knows how it personalizes your feed for you. At other large tech companies like Google, any independent researcher can download from the internet the company's search results and write papers about what they find. And they do. But Facebook hides behind walls that keeps researchers and regulators from understanding the true dynamics of their system. Facebook will tell you privacy means they can't give you data. This is not true. When tobacco companies claimed that filtered cigarettes were safer for consumers, scientists could independently invalidate these marketing messages and confirm that, in fact, they posed a greater threat to human health. The public cannot do the same with Facebook. We are given no other option than to take their marketing messages on blind faith. Not only does the company hide most of its own data, my disclosure has proved that when Facebook is directly asked questions as important as, how do you impact the health and safety of our children, they mislead and they choose to mislead and misdirect. Facebook has not earned our blind faith. This inability to see into Facebook's actual systems and confirm how they work is communicated and confirm that they work as communicated is like the Department of Transportation regulating cars by only watching them drive down the highway. Today, no regulator has a menu of solutions for how to fix Facebook because Facebook didn't want them to know enough about what's causing the problems. Otherwise, there wouldn't have been need for a whistleblower. How is the public supposed to assess if Facebook is resolving conflicts of interest in a way that is aligned with the public good if the public has no visibility into how Facebook operates? This must change. Facebook wants you to believe that the problems we're talking about are unsolvable. They want you to believe in false choices. They want you to believe that you must choose between a Facebook full of divisive and extreme content or losing one of the most important values our country was founded upon, free speech. That you must choose between public oversight of Facebook's choices and your personal privacy. That to be able to share fun photos of your kids with old friends, you must also be inundated with anger-driven virality. They want you to believe that this is just part of the deal. I am here today to tell you that's not true. These problems are solvable. A safer, free speech respecting, more enjoyable social media is possible. But there's one thing that I hope everyone takes away from these disclosures. It is that Facebook can change, but is clearly not going to do so on its own. My fear is that without action, divisive and extremist behaviors we see today are only the beginning. What we saw in Myanmar and are now seeing in Ethiopia are only the opening chapters of a story so terrifying, no one wants to read the end of it. Congress can change the rules that Facebook plays by and stop the many harms it is now causing. We now know the truth about Facebook's destructive impact. I really appreciate the seriousness which the members of Congress and the Securities and Exchange Commission are approaching these issues. I came forward at great personal risk because I believe we still have time to act. But we must act now. I'm asking you, our elected representatives, to act. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms.
Damn, that's crazy. So let me switch this. So I think the biggest issue that Facebook, it all stems from the algorithm. That's the bottom line. It all comes down to the algorithms. For those of you who are, or for those of you who are as old as I am, I'm 38 years old. I remember back when Facebook was new. The news feed was based on time chronology. It was just based on whoever posted most recently. That's what's on the top of your page. So they didn't try to streamline your news feed. They didn't try to use algorithms to determine what you should see. It was just kind of like if I typed hello and then you woke up and you typed hello and then another person woke up and typed hello, we'd see it in that order. And so we would see everything back when Facebook was new. We'd see every single comment, every single opinion, every single thought. The reason why that's a good thing is because it would expose you to every single opinion equally and fairly. Now, the only time that would be a negative thing is if somebody decided to spam. So if they just woke up and hello, enter, then they would just have a wall of text, and that's just useless for everybody. But besides spamming, if somebody were to post, a couple times a day, you'd see their thoughts just in the stream of everybody else. And what that meant was you would be exposed to conservative thoughts, liberal thoughts, independent thoughts, non-political thoughts, food videos, travel videos, pet videos, everything. You'd basically see everything. It was just a freaking data dump in your face, right? But with these algorithms, basically YouTube, and not YouTube, excuse me, we're talking about Facebook now. With these algorithms, Facebook was basically like, this person seems to be spending the most time watching dog videos. Let's show them more dog content. And then over time, you start to only get dog content. So it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's a feedback loop. You watch a dog video, they give you more dog videos. You watch that dog video, they give you even more dog videos. You watch that dog video, now you'll never see a cat video. And that's what happens on Facebook. And that's just really simplifying it, dumbing it down to a very low degree. So I got to be careful what I say here because it's YouTube. And I don't want to be taken down by the big tech giants. But Apocalypse Survivor actually has it quite wrong where quote unquote anti-maskers came from. It's not just about Facebook. Maybe sure that's where some of the information was shared on. I mean that I'll agree with. But there's actually some logic which I'm trying to pull up right now on to why people feel that way. So here we go. This is an article, guys, on Daily Mail. And of course, YouTube, just want to give the disclaimer here for countervailing views, please go to who.int as well as cdc.gov for countervailing views. So you should always go there first. Keep in mind, I'm just a small blogger in my bedroom. So if you take my opinion more than the WHO or CDC, that's your choice, your body, your choice, right? But here we go. I can't get rid of that. I think the ad's gone. So Apocalypse Survivor, this is why there are a lot of anti-maskers, because people have looked at data that has come out and basically determined based on data, scientific data, studies. I believe this is by University of Waterloo. Yeah, right here, University of Waterloo. Cloth masks are only 10% effective. Study finds that even moderate ventilation matches the best of masks in terms of protection against COVID-19. So, apocalypse survivors wrong. We don't need Facebook to look at these studies, but I'm sure Facebook definitely helped the spread of these studies. But right there, I mean, you see the data for yourself. And if you want to look up the article, it's right here for you. I'm going to pull up another article for you guys. Or mask wars. I'll try to do this in real time for you guys. This is another article that came out back in December of 2020. So we have known for a while now this type of information. But again, if you're a liberal or you're a Democrat, a lot of times you won't see this type of content because, again, your social sphere on Facebook isn't sharing these articles because the Democrats, the liberals, are extremely pro-mask. And unfortunately, it has become a political issue. Like, we all know that at this point. And so here you go. This is from December 16, 2020. Wearing a used mask could be worse than no mask at all. So really, the solution would be to always have a new mask every time you put one on, every moment, new mask every day, or use something like the N95 masks or the kind of masks used in hospitals. So apocalypse survivors are wrong. Facebook is not why there's anti-maskers. It's science and data that's being shared on Facebook, which is why some people have looked at the masks and said, based on data, I don't feel comfortable. I don't feel comfortable wearing one. Yeah, again, that's true, apocalypse survivor. However, the guidance has never been to wear those masks. The guidance has never been, if they really wanted us all to have the right masks, they would have mass produced them and they would have shipped them all out for free. And we would have all gotten a bag of masks in our mailbox, all of us. But they don't do that. Instead, they say, cover your face, wear a mask. And these blue surgical masks and cloth masks have always been acceptable. Always have been acceptable across the board here. And there is just no, based on what we're seeing here, they're not perfect. They're not even close to perfect. So it's like, I get what you're saying. There are masks that probably do work really, really well. But we weren't mandating those. We were mandating a mask. So that's why you have these anti-maskers. Secondly, we found out that outdoors is virtually zero transmission outdoors when you're outdoors in public. And again, that's been on the CDC website, so I'm very comfortable saying that right now. I'll have to look that up. Apocalypse Survivor. If you want to drop an article and if you want to drop a link below about that, please do. I'll share it on the screen here, and we could all look together. I have no problem doing that. I try to be pretty fair and balanced. I really do. I know you might not believe it, but I do read a lot of CNN. I do read a lot. I watch a lot of Young Turks. I do watch a lot of liberal media, and I do that because I need to know. First of all, I used to watch that stuff, like legit, but I need to know where you guys are coming from. So when I'm out there interviewing people on the street, I already know what liberals are seeing, thinking, and watching. So that way, when I have my counterpoints, which I believe are more well-rounded because I'm watching both liberal and conservative media. I'm trying to watch all of it. So that way I have a full idea of all the narratives. And I've made a conscious decision. I've made a lot of thought that I trust conservative media far more than I trust mainstream liberal media. I really do think liberal media is brainwashing propaganda. Mainstream media is brainwashing propaganda. And I find conservative media to be more truthers, truth finders. And you could argue that that might put you down the hole of conspiracy theories. But this year and a half, the conservative platforms have nailed it every step of the way. So, at this point, I'm going to lean that conservative media platforms are more trustworthy. They're really trying to do investigative journalism like Project Veritas. I mean, what he's done, James O'Keefe, is absolutely incredible. He's been able to infiltrate and expose companies like Pfizer, Johnson and Johnson, the FDA. I mean, this guy, that's real. That's real journalism. And that's what we got to be supporting. And I like to think that when I go out on the street and I interview people on the street, that's also real journalism. I'm on the ground getting opinions from your average Americans. And these are not people that are signing up to be like, hi, I know a lot about this topic. Can I sit down? No, these are just people that I'm stopping on the street and getting a pulse of the country. And I think that that's real journalism. So street interviews like James Klug, he does a fantastic job. Will Witt from PragerU, he does a fantastic job. Even Mark Dice, fantastic job. These are legit journalists. And of course, I got to call out Tara Shapansky from the Polish American Brotherhood. She goes to these protests and riots, and she gives us on the ground reporting live in real time. When she got attacked by Antifa, had a skateboard hit on her head, had her hair pulled, eggs thrown at her, silly string. You could joke about the silly string, that's fine. But when she was assaulted, you saw it with your own eyes. There was no he said, she said. We literally watched it happen. We literally watched her run to the police and for the police to say to her, stand back 6 feet. And here's a Filipino woman being assaulted by a group of 10 to 15 people of color, all men, just attack. Well, I think there's one woman in there attacking her. We saw it with our own eyes. That's real journalism. That's when you start to get the full context of everything that's going on. So I respect those kind of people, you know. Apocalypse Survivor, I thank you. I really appreciate you saying that. I know you don't agree with a lot of things I post. I try to get more Democrats and liberals on my channel, but they're just, from my experience on the street, they either don't want to talk to me, they got their mask on, they don't want to talk to me, and they just seem like shy people that like lack confidence and they don't have conviction in their thoughts. When you look at Trump supporters, we never hide our faces because we don't wear masks. The research shows Trump supporters are more masculine, and if you want to say masculinity is a trait of confidence, that's fine, whatever. But Trump supporters just seem way more confident about their beliefs and about their man, about Trump. They really back him up. Biden voters, not really. And I still owe you guys a video that I'm working on. I'm doing the undercover video soon in Orlando. Check it out, guys. Don't judge me. This is just a costume. There's my Build Back Better hat. I got a fake nose ring somewhere here that I'm going to put on. Hold on. Sorry, guys. I'm going to take my shirt off on camera. But it's all for a good cause right now. I'm going to show you my full costume. We're getting weird right now. Okay. So here's my Biden-Harris, and I got my flag back. Let me show this to you guys. Hold on. Check it out. We're going to go undercover again, baby. Here we go. It's my Joe flag. And this is my Biden-Harris tank top. And this is my Build Back Better hat. And then I have these fake little nose rings I'm going to put on to really sell through that I'm a liberal. And I'm going to do this while I have blue hair, so that way I look full liberal. All right, check this out, guys. Hold on. These pieces are so small. So this is my nose ring. How do I look? Do I look like a liberal? I don't know how this works. I think that's how you do it. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to go out soon as a Biden voter. And I'm going to get opinions that way. The other option I have, which I think would be really fun, is if I dress like a Biden voter, but I hold the Trump flag. So I wear the hat, the tank top, but I hold the Trump flag. And people are going to be like, what are you doing? And I'm just going to be like, I'm a Biden voter that regrets voting for Biden. and I'm thinking about voting for Trump in 2024. I think that would trigger a lot of liberals. If I dress like this but hold a Trump flag, I think that's what we're going to do. But anyway, with that said, I don't like this hat as much as I like this one. This one's much better. There we go. There we go. All right, I look better. Let me get this this poisonous shirt off of me. I don't want it touching my skin too much. And let's get back to my Patriot gear. We know Democrats don't wear American flags. Democrats find the American flag to be a sign of hatred and racism and segregation. Yeah, Mr. D, people don't know this. I'm an independent voter too. I'm not a registered Republican. I'm independent. I didn't register as a Republican. Mr. D says I need some black eyeshadows. Yeah, he's right. I'm going to do that. I'll get some black eyeshadow. Well, guys, all right. I am going to what's the plan today? I was debating going to a flag waving rally with Paint the Trump. He's doing a rally today. So I was debating meeting up with Paint the Trump, wave some flags, see what's going on with him. And then I'm going to go see Homesteading Patriot, who you guys seem to like a lot because I read the comments. You guys think she's really pretty, so I appreciate that. She is very pretty. I don't even know if she's watching this. But Katie, if you're watching this, I will see you later. And we'll just chill, maybe get some dinner, play with the dogs in the yard. It's always fun. But anyway, guys, thanks for yeah, Katie's awesome. Katie's cool, and like she was the perfect girl to be meeting, when the world's going to shit, because she's already doing the homesteading thing and she's farming and she's already living on the land and she's got big properties. So, when it comes to dating these days, I think dating someone who's self-sufficient is way more valuable than it was 2 years ago. When 2 years ago, people, especially women, they probably wanted to date, materialistic men who just own and have a lot of things. But that's not what life's about. Life's about simple living, self-sufficiency, and cryptocurrency. So that's some advice for you guys, but not financial advice. Just, look into it. All right, guys. Thanks for joining me today for this Facebook whistleblower reaction video. And I'll be having new content this week. A few videos coming out this week for you guys. So as Trump said, stand back, stand by. Thanks for watching, guys. And I will see you guys next time.